Hello and welcome to the second episode in this series. In the first episode, we installed Symfony and configured our repository and the editor. In this episode, we will create a vagrant development environment, but first let's add a license to our project because I forget to do that. So let's try generate MIT license. Let's copy this one. New file, license, it's fine, text, go away. Okay. So year 2016. Okay, that should be fine. Let's commit this. Okay. Now let's add a vagrant development environment. You could actually develop on your own local operating system, but for example, if you are on Windows, you don't really want to do that because the 99% of the chances that you will be hosting it on the Linux, and uh, just too much of a chance for the problems. And if you are working with other people, it's better to share the same environment so you would run into similar problems. Some people say that your development environment should be exactly the same as the production environment. I don't completely agree with that, as you won't really have the same environment. You will probably want to have Xdebug to help you when developing applications, so your environment won't be exactly the same. As long as it is similar environment, I think that is fine. So you could provision an environment yourself, but you could get one pretty good by using Homestead, which has a lot of included software like Git, PHP 7, MySQL, Composer, and other stuff you might need. So it really helps you moving with your development. Um, this is Homestead is like for Laravel, but we can use it for Symfony. If we search for Symfony Homestead, we have a documentation page about it. So let's see. Okay, we have a typo here, so let's fix this. Actually, if you find typos in documentation, you should try to fix them, or at least create an issue what is problem with it. Just contribute to open source. Of course, if it's one of the projects which require you 5 accounts to make even the simplest change to like just to fix a typo, and they need you to sign documents and so on, just forget about them. But if the project doesn't make it too hard, you should always try to contribute to open source. So okay, have this one, fix typo to signature Currently, okay, fix typo, propose file change. This is okay. I always forget on which version to base your changes. 2.8 is the long-term support, but this documentation with change could work for 2.3. So let's try to base on this one. And no, okay, that is not right. So on 2.8. This is still too much for. Okay, let's leave it at version 3. Yeah, just create pull request. Check the guidelines as far as I remember, we have a pull request format. So I think we can copy this. Okay, I just copy from this one, close it. Yes, now applies to all and nothing. Create pull request, and that's it. Okay, so you can see how to install it and how to set up. So that's pretty basic. It's like a lot of installation for Homestead goes with being global. I personally not really sure about that, and I just like to keep like one box per project, and it's much harder to share if you make it global. But you can actually just install it per project. So let's do it right now. So composer require dev laravel homestead. Okay, I can kind of see what I already messed up because I installed Homestead in wrong directory. It's inside our main directory, not in the application. I want it inside application directory, so yeah, let's remove that first. Composer, JSON composer log. Okay, we are back to clean up the application and composer. Okay, let's install it inside the correct directory now. And that's done. Okay, now run the make command to create a vagrant file. And Norman Homestead make, and we need to configure our configuration. So if you check the documentation, we just add a site to it. So our folders are already mapped. We need to make changes to sites. So okay, what now? www. So grad. Let's do dev. That's this is not right. Application web and type to Symfony. So what else? Okay, that's all is fine. Let's change IP to avoid conflicts. Now copy paste it. Change the host file to point to it. Socrat dev. That's about it. Yes. Save this one and let's do vagrant up. Okay, let's see if this work at www socrat dev. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, our development environment is working and we can actually commit everything instead homestead file, because we don't really want to put the configuration inside our repository, as each developer should make his own. Okay, that's it for this episode, during which we created our development environment. One thing I forgot to say about Vagrant is what even if this right now gives us a Linux environment, please pay attention to file case. Just on the Linux, file case is case sensitive, and for example, Homestead with H uppercase and Homestead with H lowercase is different. So, and OS X and Windows often Windows don't have case sensitivity, and on OS X by default it uses not case sensitive file system. So even so when you develop, for example, on your local machine, it will work no matter which case you're using. So I don't know if it's a bug in Vagrant or something else. So even if Linux is case sensitive, but if your the host operating system uses case insensitive file system, it will still work like everything would be fine, but if you would push it to production, it will error out because it will use Linux, and Linux is case sensitive. For that reason, I am actually converted my OS file system to be case sensitive, so I can catch those errors right away.